Good morning, students, all of you. Today we will study different relation between the drift velocity, relaxation time, and the Ohm's law in the form of R is equal to ml by n square eta, that is resistance of a conductor. So first of all, keep heading relation between drift velocity and relaxation time. Relation between drift velocity that is the Vd and relaxation time. Relaxation time known as tau. So this relation, very important relation. So we know the relaxation time is the average time interval between the two successive collision of the electrons, and the drift velocity already we have calculated in the another form. Now first of all, notice here, if we applied the potential difference across a conductor, suppose this is a conductor and we applied a potential difference across this conductor. So this is a positive terminal, it is a negative terminal. So the electric field will be inside the conductor along this direction. Now the drift velocity of the electron will be in opposite direction of the electric field, that is along this one. You can write Vd. Now when an electron placed in a uniform electric field or a electric field, the force will experience on this electron. Now what is the force? First of all, we will calculate the acceleration. In this process some acceleration will be there, and this acceleration we have to calculate. Clear? So force on the electron, force on the electron, what is the force? F is equal to small e into capital E. Small e is the charge of the electron and capital E is the electric field. Now what will be the acceleration? Therefore acceleration A is equal to F by m, that is the small e capital E by m. You can take minus sign, no problem, but as the magnitude is required, so you can write E by m. Now if we consider this single electron, the final velocity of this electron in this electric field, what will be the value, right? Final velocity V is equal to, I am taking V1, first electron U1, V is equal to U plus AT, so U1 plus AT1. Similarly, if we consider the another electron inside this conductor V2, V3, V4, then we will get the similar value. So the average velocity you have to take. What is the average velocity? Therefore average velocity known as drift velocity Vd, what will be the value? V1 plus V2 plus V3 dot 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 plus of Vn divided by n numbers of electrons. So you have to write by n. Now what will be the, if we take V1, V2, V3, then U1 plus U2 plus U3 all are common, and from this side you have to take the common A and T1. This is the T1, not Ti here. This is the T1. Now therefore Vd is equal to U1 for the first electron, if we take the first term, then for the second electron U2, then third electron U3 plus dot 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 Un plus obviously there. This is the first term, and second term, from the second term A will be the common, A is the value, and you have to take the common A into T1 plus T2 plus T3 dot 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 plus Tn divided by n. Now notice here, this is the average velocity of the electron, average initial velocity of the electron. So average initial velocity of the electron, what? because arbitrary direction will be there, so the average velocity of the electron will become 0. Only a into t1 plus t2 plus t3 dot dot tn by n value will be there. So you can write a into t1 plus t2 plus of t3 plus of dot dot tn divided by n. If you take acceleration as a negative, no problem, because actual if you take velocity vector quantity, then as the velocity of the electron inside the conductor is in opposite direction of the electric field, so you can take the minus value. So plus minus doesn't matter, just you have to calculate the drift velocity. But if you like to take, no problem. So what will be the value? Put the value a. A means what? A means acceleration, E by m, and this is the relaxation time, average relaxation time. So what you can take? A into, this is the t1 plus t2 plus t3 dot dot tn by n, that is the a into tau. So what will be the value? Minus of E, capital E by m into tau. Very important relation. Drift velocity of an electron inside the conductor is Vd is equal to minus of E tau by m. You have to remember. Clear? Now come to the formula of Ohm's law on the basis of drift velocity, and from that Ohm's law you can easily consider the resistance of the conductor. How will you calculate? So give heading the next, that is Ohm's law on the basis of theory of drift electron. Ohm's law. Ohm's law on the basis of drift electron or electron drift electron. Basically from this formula we are going to calculate the resistance of a conductor, different parameters. Now already we know the drift current inside a conductor. We have derived the formula I is equal to NEVDA. That formula you have to take. So right, we know drift current ID is equal to NEVD, means drift velocity, V suffix D, clear? NEVD into A, where N is the electronic concentration, E is the charge of electron, Vd is the drift velocity, and A is the area of cross section. This is the equation 1 we have already. And drift velocity and Vd, drift velocity, that is the Vd, just we have calculated, that is the E by m into tau. We are not taking the minus sign here, because drift velocity is the velocity whatever the direction is, in the leftward direction or rightward direction, no problem. So E by tau, tau by m, this is the second equation. Now just put the value of drift velocity in the ID. Therefore from equation 1, what you will get? ID is equal to NEVD, Vd means E tau by m into A. ID is equal to NE tau by m into A. Now what will be the value? ID or D, I you can simply write I. That is the drift current is already the current. Or what will be the value of E? Because E has the relation with the V. That's why we are calculating the value of E. E is equal to M. E is equal to M divided by N will be there. E square term will be there. N square. Then A will be there. A N square A into tau. M divided by N square A into tau. Good. N square E into tau and I will be there. Clear? Again, what is the value of E? Or E is equal to V by L. V is the potential here. V is the potential difference here. So what will be the value? M by N square A tau into I. Clear? So, or if we take V by I, then you will get M L by N square A tau. So V by I is what? V by I is equal to R, that is the resistance of the conductor, M L by N square A into tau. This is the resistance of the conductor. This is the value of resistance of the conductor. That means resistance of a conductor depends only on the length of the conductor and area of cross section of the conductor, and also the nature of the material. And from this one you can easily calculate the value of resistivity. What is the value of resistivity? We have already the formula. What is the formula? R is equal to rho L by A. So if you take common, L by A term is there. From this you can easily consider the value of resistivity. Rho is equal to L by A will be there. Similar term, M by N square into tau. This is the value of resistivity. Must remember these two formula. Just remember this formula, or resistance of a conductor, ML by N square A tau. Clear? N square A tau. Okay. I think it is clear. Next we will calculate the effective resistance of different combination. Clear? Next, combination of resistors. So first of all, series combination. Resistors are in series. So what will be the effective resistance? Let us consider three resistors are there. First, second, third, and all these are connected with a potential difference, that is the V. The resistors, first one is R1, second one is R2, and third one is R3. Now, as they are connected in a same path, so the whatever current is flowing through them, all are equal. That means if I amount of current is flowing through these resistors, then the same amount of current will flow through this path. But the potential drop across the resistors is different. The potential drop across these resistors is V1, for the second resistors let V2, and for the third resistors let V3. Now, as the current is same but the value of resistance is different, so the potential drop is different. So what will be the potential drop for first one? I into R1. Potential drop for second one is I into R2. Potential difference for third one, I into R3. I is same because they are connected in parallel. But the potential drop V1, V2 and V3, the sum of V1, V2 and V3 will be equal to V. So what you can consider from figure, what you can write? V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus of V3. So what will be the value of V1? V1 is the I into R1 plus I into R2 plus I into R3. So if you take common I, then you will get R1 plus R2 plus of R3. So this is the first equation. Now if R is the equivalent, if, right, if R equivalent is the equivalent resistance, then the same amount of current will flow through this. So what will be the equation of this one? Then what you can write, V is equal to I will be the same and value of R will be R equivalent. This is the equation number 2. If we compare this equation 1 and 2, then what you will get? Notice here, IA will be cancelled and R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. That is from, right, from equation 1 and 2, what you will get, R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2 plus of R3. Clear? Next, so this is the series combination. Now if we take the parallel combination, then there will be the value of potential drop is same, but the current will be different. So what you can write? So give heading, resistors are in parallel. Resistors are in parallel. How it looks like? Just draw this diagram. First resistors, second resistors, third resistors. All these three resistors are connected in parallel. All these three resistors are connected with a potential difference V. The value of the resistance is different, R1, R2, R3. Now whatever the current is from this battery I, this current will be divided into three parts not equally. That will depends on the value of resistance. Let the current through this path is I1, the current through this path is I2, the current through this path is I3. But as they are connected in parallel, so the potential drop across all the resistors are same. In this path the potential drop is same V, in this path the potential is V, in this path is potential is V. Clear? So what you can write from figure, right? From figure, value of I1 is equal to V by R1, value of I2 is equal to V by R2, and value of I3 is equal to V by R3. So this will be the value of current in three different paths. Now here the total current I1, I2 and I3 must be equal to the value of I. Clear? So the total current, therefore total current I is equal to, what will be the value? I1 plus I2 plus I3. So if you take common V, then what you will get? V into 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Now this is the current, total current through this combination. Now if we consider a single resistance, then what will be the value of current? Current will be the same, only the resistance will be the different, right? If R equivalent is the equivalent resistance, then what you will get? No space is there. So I is equal to V by R equivalent. Can you write? Can you write? Similar formula, V is equal to IR formula will be there, only single resistance. So from these two equations, this is the equation 1, this is the equation 2. From these two equations, you can easily write from 1 and 2, what you can write? 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. These are the value of equivalent resistance. Clear? Clear? So that's all for your today's class. In the next class we will discuss about the um, Kirchhoff's law and the combination of EMF. Thank you all.